everyone! Today I am so excited to be bringing you a brand new project pan. This is something that I have wanted to do for many years now, and I am finally getting around to doing it. And I'm doing it in collaboration with one of my dearest friends who I've collaborated with many times. Her name is Heather, and her channel is HeatherStylesLife. I will have it linked down below. We are doing a Gilmore Girls themed project. Gilmore Girls is pretty much my favorite TV show of all time. I have watched the entire series more times than I can possibly count. I have my DVDs behind me, although they're a little bit hidden. I wish I had like giant posters I could just surround myself with for this video. But anyway, we decided to pick 8 products to pan, or at least make progress on, and each product represents something about one of the seasons, including the revival. So my first item representing season 1 is something yellow for 1000 yellow daisies. So this is a moment that happens near the end of season 1. Spoiler alert, I guess. This whole intro is going to be kind of spoilery in case you haven't seen the show and you might be interested in it. So that's your warning.
And look how many. I mean, there must be at least
1,000 of them. 1,000 yellow daisies.
That's right, there's exactly 1,000 of them. Order states that there's to be exactly 1,000. Not 1,001, not 999, but 1,000.
I wanted to pick some unexpected things as well, some unexpected categories, instead of just going with like coffee, something copper boom, or whatever. I wanted to pick some potentially weird stuff. If you're unfamiliar with the show, some of these references probably will not make any sense. But anyway, the product I decided to choose to pan is from Tarte. This is the Goldilocks Clay Pot, so it's a yellow clay liner. This is something I would normally use for cut creases. Right now I'm wearing it in my waterline set with a yellow eyeshadow. I think I want to replace this with one of the new Kat Von D brow pots. I picked one up in the bleach color to use for cut creases, to try it out, not necessarily to use as my brows. I thought it might be a product that would work really well, as in something that would dry down. I don't like using concealers, so that's what I used today for this one, and I really love it. It dries down, it doesn't crease, it's really easy to work with. So there is a yellow one, so I want to use this up and buy the Kat Von D. It's gonna take a while. This project is going to go until October or November. I can't remember the exact month we chose right now. We were gonna start this project on June 3rd, because it's actually a date that's referenced twice in Gilmore Girls. It was the day that Lorelei and Luke were supposed to get married, and then it's the day that Rory ended up going to court. Interesting thing. But that's why I wanted to do June 3rd. It just didn't work out that way. So it's going to be a couple of months for the duration of the summer anyway. And I feel like I can make at least a little bit of progress on this thing, if not finish it. And then I'll reevaluate when that time is up, if it's still functioning pretty well, if I just want to declutter it and buy something new. I don't really like buying something new, replacing something that works until it doesn't work anymore. So anyway, that's my plan with this one. So for season 2, I wanted to pick something with a mirror, because to me, that's what I think of when I think of one of my favorite episodes from season 2, which is Lorelei's graduation day. I really like Lorelei's graduation day episode because you have Lorelei's parents who have shown up to her community college graduation. Seth MacFarlane is a guest star. And then there's the other storyline with Rory where she runs away to New York to meet up with Jess. I'm totally team Jess, by the way. Totally team Jess. And there's something about that episode that I always go to. It's one of the episodes I will skip through if I'm doing sort of a casual rewatch, in that I just pick episodes at random, whatever I feel like. I just watched the episode where they take a road trip to Harvard. Anyway, I really like season 2. Anyway, I wanted to pick something that had a mirror because there's a scene in that graduation day episode where Lorelei is checking out her makeup with a mirror.
great. I'm Woody Allen and Annie Hall.
One of the things I really love about Gilmore Girls is how packed full of pop culture references it is. It's one of my favorite things. I love pop culture references within other pop culture things. That's why I like Family Guy. I just like all these little funny, odd things that makes me go, ah, I get the joke. Gilmore Girls really shaped my sense of humor because I watched it so much when I was growing up, just over and over and over again. It just really became part of who I am. So anyway, my product choice for something that has a mirror is this highlighter from Natasha Denona. I've repeatedly talked about this thing. This is the All Over Glow Face and Body Shimmer in 01 Light. I have used this a lot already and there's massive pan on it already, but I want to try and use up as much of it as possible just for the sake of saying that I finished the Natasha Denona highlighter. Honestly, this is something that I will end up repurchasing, but I'm so close. I'm so close to finishing it, and it'd be something I could just be proud of doing. Just an accomplishment I'd like to have. My graduation. For season 3, Heather suggested something summery to represent those lazy, crazy, hazy days of summer. That song will get stuck in your head and it will never leave. It's going through my head now. And so I went with the most obvious thing I could possibly pick, and I chose the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This has made an appearance in a couple of different projects. I really just want to try and use up as much as possible. I feel like I'm very, very far away from hitting pan, but I would like to wear away, I guess, just a little bit more of the pattern on here and just try and make as much possible progress on this thing. The pick for season 4 is something gold to represent the Festival of Living Art, which is one of the best episodes of the series, hands down. I love the whole concept that they have this festival where they're recreating famous works of art. It's just like tableaus, so you have people dressed up like the characters in the painting and they're frozen in place.
Away from me. The Last Supper, ladies and gentlemen, serene, wasn't it?
Oh, it's just such a beautiful episode, and I love the line in there, "Your enthusiasm shocks me." I quote that all the time, and it makes me sad how many people don't get it. I know it's kind of an obscure reference, but it just cracks me up every time because the woman's delivery of the line is just so deadpan. And I feel like that's me 99% of the time. Even when I feel like I'm super excited about something, it usually ends up coming off pretty flat just because that's how I am. And I always hear that voice in my head like, your enthusiasm shocks me. So I went with the Uemura gold eyeliner. This is something I've had for a while and I really need to use or lose. And I feel like I can use this for like dotting stuff. I had somebody mention that recently, and I can't remember who it was, but wanted to see a look using these. So hopefully you will see something with this liner doing some kind of dot thing. I gotta practice a little bit. So for season 5, I'll be picking something from Sephora to represent the black, white, and red bookstore / movie theater. I just, you know, the colors obviously made me think of Sephora, and there are some really pivotal scenes that happen in the black, white, and red movie theater. Everything that happens in the theater tends to be pretty good.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Black, White, and Red Theater.
Wait a minute. Have you never seen this movie?
Never.
We got us a Pippi Virgin.
I didn't think there were any left.
What you watching?
Something stupid.
This isn't stupid.
Also choose something that wasn't going to be impossible to finish. So I chose a mini. This is from CoverFX and it's the custom enhancer drops in Moonlight. So my goal is going to be to finish this up entirely, either by using it on its own, but more than likely mixing it with my foundation. For season 6, I had to pick something glittery to represent my favorite episode of the entire series, We've Got Magic to Do. I love everything about that episode. I mean, I love pretty much every episode, but this is my favorite. And I know a lot of people don't like season 6 when Lorelei and Rory are having their little rift and they're not talking to each other. And this is one of those episodes where they are not communicating. But I love both stories that happen during this episode. On Rory's side, she is working with the DAR, the Daughters of the American Revolution, and she has taken on the sort of hosting duties for a fundraiser, and it ends up being a insane success. And there's this amazing moment where Emily tears into Logan's mother.
Emily, now let's talk about your money. You were a two-bit gold digger fresh off the bus from Hicksville when you met Mitchum at whatever bar you happened to stumble into.
And then there is Lorelei's side.
We got magic to do, just for you. We got miracle plays to play. As we go along.
Step on it!
Anyway, my something glitter is from Lit Cosmetics, and this is Island Girl size 2. I'm kind of scared of loose glitter because it just kind of migrates everywhere on me, and I want to play with it more. So I just want to try and at least come up with a couple of looks where I can incorporate loose glitter. That's my goal. Not necessarily to pan it, but just to make progress, and to make progress in terms of usability and not just how much product I have left. For the final season, I am going with something loved to represent I Will Always Love You. There's this moment at karaoke where Lorelei starts singing I Will Always Love You, the Dolly Parton version, and Luke comes in and there's this tension because at this point they've broken up again, for real this time.
Sweet memories, that's all I'm taking with me.
And it's something that always sticks in my mind as one of those key high points of season 7. I also just really love the karaoke scene because Babette and Miss Patty, whenever they are together, it just makes me so happy.
All right, kids stealing our thunder.
So I wanted to go with something that was really truly loved, and that was pretty easy for me. I went with the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I repurchased this a couple of times now. I have also a lot of pans showing on this, so my goal is just going to be to use it up and purchase a new one. I just like to make sure that I'm using the things I love and I'm not stopping to use it because I'm afraid of repurchasing it, because that will happen to me from time to time where I'm like, oh, I really like this and I want to use it, but I know once I finish it, I'll have to buy a new one. It's like, yeah, so what? Use it, enjoy it, buy a new one. That's the cycle. And for the last product, something representing the revival, I wanted to go with something to represent the last 4 words.
Mom? Yeah. I'm pregnant.
And initially I was gonna go with something that my mother gave me, and then Heather suggested, why not we go with something that we've come full circle on instead? And I really liked that idea. So I decided to pick a little mini lip gloss, because I've definitely come full circle with lip gloss. I used to love it a lot when I was younger, and it was all I ever used. Lip gloss and lip balm, loved it. And then I just started to hate lip gloss, hated it with a fiery passion, never expected to like lip gloss again, and now I love it. So this is a little mini from Marc Jacobs. This is the Pretty Thing lip gloss. It's a very basic pinky nude color. It's going to be pretty easy to use because it will go with pretty much everything. The thing I really like about these lip glosses is that they are shiny and easy to use, and they are not sticky. They're not tacky. They are just the perfect lip gloss formula. And where this is a mini and I already have use on it, I thought that this would be more practical, more realistic for me, because my mother actually did gift me a lip gloss for Christmas from Anastasia of Beverly Hills, and I thought about using that one, but it's a full size, and I was like, no. Excuse me, I have this tickle in my throat. I can't get rid of it. But anyway, realistically, I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I would never be able to pan a full-size, barely used lip gloss. So I'm going to go with this little bit more realistic option, which I do think I can finish by the time this project is over. Anyway, that is everything for my Gilmore Girls Project Pan intro. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked this. I really like sharing a little bit of the other things I like besides makeup, and I do love Gilmore Girls so much. So I thought that this would be a fun project to do. Don't forget to check out Heather's channel, link down below. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you once again, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.
Okay.